Hello students, how are you all? I hope all of you are doing amazing. So welcome all of you at AriserTalent, and today we are going to start the second chapter of the class 10th chemistry that is about the acids, base and salt. In our last lecture, we have a discussion about the chapter that is about the chemical reactions and equation, which was our first chapter. Now, we are starting with a fresh new topic that is about the acids, base and salt here. Now, before starting this lecture, you have heard about the term acid in so many forms in your day-to-day life. If I am talking about the lemon, you see that the lemon is sour in taste, and you know that lemon contains an acid known as citric acid. If I am talking about the milk is also contain some sort of acid that is known as the lactic acid. So these are some of the things which is going to constitute acid in our day-to-day life. If I am going to talk about the bases, there are so many bases in nature which is having a OH group attached to it. So ammonium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, we have seen that these all are bases. If we are going to start about the salt, so acid and base on combination give you a particular type of salt. Suppose if I am talking about the common salt, this common salt is going to be formed by the combination of acid and base. So this will be the formula for the salt. So in this chapter, we are basically going to cover all these topics. Apart from that, we will learn about the characteristics, uses and many more theories of acids and bases which are given by different scientists. Clear? So firstly, we are starting our concept with the introduction part of acids, base and salt. So the first thing is about introduction and Arrhenius concept. In 1884, the Arrhenius gave the first fundamentals regarding acids and base. So he gave just a simple statement that this substance which is able to give H plus ions in the aqueous solution are acid, and which is going to give OH minus ions are known as the bases. Clear? So this concept is actually given in 1884. In 1884, Arrhenius gave the concept of acids and bases, and he just said a single thing that the substance which give H plus ions in aqueous solution are acids. And the substance which gives OH minus ions are called bases. So this is the theory of Arrhenius regarding acids and bases. He just said a single statement that the substance which is capable of giving H plus ions in the aqueous solution are acid, and which is going to give you OH minus ions are your bases. Now, if you are considering any acid, the first thing you have seen that acids are sour in taste. So the substance which is sour in taste can be identified easily that they are acids. But what about the other acids like hydrochloric acid, H2SO4? We are not able to test them because they are the strong acids you have. So these acids are simply checked by the reaction with metal. If they are going to corrode any metal, you can easily identify that these are HCl, H2SO4 or HNO3 like other acids, because it is not possible to test all the acids and identify whether they are sour or bitter in taste. Clear? So acids are generally sour in taste, and whenever they are going to react with any metal, they are giving ions and they will completely corrode the metal. Clear? So the one thing you can see that acids are sour in taste. And second thing is, acids are corrosive in nature. So it means they are sour in taste and they are corrosive in nature. So sour taste can be identified with the example, very common example, lemon. Lemon is having a citric acid as its main constituent. But if I am talking about the corrosive nature, the example here is hydrochloric acid, that is HCl. Clear? So these are the two examples which are showing that what substance in the nature are acids or not. So this is the Arrhenius concept which is given by Arrhenius regarding the acids and bases. Now we have to study about the classification of the acids based upon the different things. So firstly, we will discuss the classification of the acids on the basis of their source. Secondly, we will discuss on the type of its basicity, and thirdly, we will discuss on the basis of the dilution present in it. Clear? So next thing we are going to start here is all about the classification of the bases, acids. So acids are actually classified on the basis of three categories. Clear? So the first category will be on the basis of source. The second category is on the basis of basicity. And third one is on the basis of concentration. So these are the three categories on the basis of which you have to classify the acid. The first one is on the basis of source. The second one is on the basis of basicity. And the third one is on the basis of concentration. Clear? So these are the three categories on the basis of which we have to study about the acids. Clear? So first category is about the organic acids. The organic acid is derived from the word organ. And what is organ means? Organ means the something which is living. Clear? So organic acids are actually derived from the organic sources, like it may be plants, animals or some other sources. So these are known as the organic. An organic thing always consists of a carbon as a main compound. So some acids can be identified whether they are organic or not by having a carbon component in it. Second category is inorganic acid. Inorganic acids are those which are not organic. So inorganic acids are usually obtained from the minerals, and sometimes they are also known as the mineral acids also. So we are starting our discussion with our first category, that on the basis of source. We are discussing acids on the basis of source. So on the basis of source, we have two acids. On the basis of source, we have the two category of the acids, that is organic acids or inorganic acids. Clear? So this is our first category, organic, and this is our second category, inorganic. So organic acids are those which can be obtained from the organic sources, whether it may be plants, animals or some other sources. And inorganic are the one which you are going to obtain from the minerals. Clear? So The definition for organic acids are those acids which are obtained from living things. Clear? And these are the acids which are obtained from minerals. So, acids which are obtained from living things are known as organic acids, and the acids which are going to be obtained from mineral sources are known as the inorganic acid. Clear? Now, let's see what are the examples here. So, from the examples it becomes clear that what are these acids. Now, examples for organic acid. Suppose if I am talking about the sting of a bee, you have seen that the sting of a bee also consists of some acid, and that acid is particularly known as the formic acid. So, formic acid we are obtaining from the sting of a bee, and you can see that bee is a living thing. So, the things you are obtaining from the living sources are organic one, and that we are obtaining from the minerals are known as the inorganic one. If I am talking about the sulfuric acid, you have know that, and it is a very known fact that the sulfuric acid is known as the king of the acids. So, sulfuric acid you are using in laboratory is a kind of a inorganic acid, and it is also known as the mineral acid because it is obtained from the minerals as well as. Clear? So, examples of the organic acid if I am considering, the first example you have seen that we have the lemon, and lemon consists of a citric acid. Suppose I am talking about apple. Do you know which type of acid is consistent? Apple. The apple is having a malic acid. The name of the acid is malic acid. If I am talking about the sting of a bee, the sting of the bee consists of formic acid. The name of the acid is formic acid. Suppose I am talking about milk. Third component is milk. Milk also contains some sort of acid, and the acid present in the milk is known as lactic acid. Next, urine. Urine also consists of some sort of acid, and the acid which is present in urine is uric acid. So, the fourth one is urine. Urine consists of uric acid. Suppose we are talking about proteins. Proteins usually consist of amino acids. So, urine consists of uric acid, and the fifth number is our proteins. Which type of acids is contained in protein? Protein consists of amino acids. Clear? Now, you have seen that in our fast food and in the junk food we have heard a term vinegar. Vinegar is generally used. So, vinegar is nothing but it is a form of acetic acid, and these we are obtaining from the microorganisms like bacteria. That's why they are living. So, we can call them as the organic acids. Clear? So, next thing is about acetic acid. So, this acetic acid is obtained from microorganisms. Clear? The next category is number 7, which is about butyric acid. Now we have a butter also. So the acid which is present in rancid butter is known as butyric acid. Clear? So the next one is rancid butter. Rancid butter will have a butyric acid. The next type of the acid you can obtain from tomatoes. Tomatoes also consist of some sort of acid, and the acid which is present in tomatoes will be, one is in tomatoes and other one is tamarind. You know that tamarind and tomatoes are also sour in taste, so they are going to consist some sort of acids. So in tomatoes you have oxalic acid. Which acid? Oxalic acid. But if I am talking about the tamarind, tamarind consists of tartaric acid. Tamarind consists of tartaric acid. Clear? So there is a list of some of the natural sources and their acids which is going to be consist by them. So you have to learn this list of element because 1 mark question is going to arise from such part. So this 9 parts that I have written here about the organic acids, you have to learn them. Because in exam generally 1 mark question is going to arise from such part. So here is a list of some organic acids that you are obtaining from organisms, or we can say that we are obtaining from living things. Clear? Now we are moving to our next category, that is about the inorganic acids. As I have told you, the inorganic acids are those which are obtained from minerals. They are not going to be obtained from the organic sources. Clear? So the acids which we are obtained from minerals are known as inorganic acids, and in this category you have 4 type of the acids. Clear? So let us write the examples for inorganic acid. The next thing is about examples of inorganic acids. In the category of the inorganic acid, the first acid we have is hydrochloric acid. The first one is hydrochloric acid, and hydrochloric acid can be written as HCl. The second acid of the category inorganic acid is sulfuric acid, and the formula for the sulfuric acid is H2SO4. The third type of the acid we have is nitric acid. The formula for nitric acid is HNO3. One type of the acid is also the mineral acid, which is going to consist of hydrogen, as these are not going to consist of any hydrogen part. So one more acid you have, that is about the carbonic acid, and its formula will be H2CO3. But majorly these are the 3 inorganic acids, and these are also known as mineral acids. What are they called? They are known as mineral acids. Clear? Now the question can be asked in this form: write the examples of mineral acid. So if the question is asked that what are mineral acids, you have to write these 3 examples. Mineral acids are nothing but they are a kind of inorganic acids you have. Clear? So this is the classification on the basis of source. So you have seen that on the basis of source you have the 2 classifications, that is about the organic one and inorganic one. Now moving to our next part, the classification will be based on the basis of basicity. Clear? So we are moving ahead with our second classification, that is about on the basis of basicity. So second classification will be on the basis of basicity. On the basis of basicity, you have the 4 category of the acids. But what does the term basicity means? The basicity means the acids which are going to give you hydronium ion in the solution. Now you will ask me, ma'am, what is hydronium ion? So hydronium ion is actually the H plus ions, but in case of acids base, it is simply denoted as H3O positive ions. Clear? So the substance which is capable of giving H3O positive ions will be known as the acids, and basicity will be determined only by the amount of hydronium ions. Clear? So on the basis of basicity, you have the 4 category of the acids. So what are these 4 categories? The first category is monobasic acids. The second category is dibasic acids, and the third category is tribasic acids, and the last category is tetrabasic acids. Clear? So these are the 4 categories you have regarding acids on the basis of basicity. So on the basis of basicity, the first acid is known as the monobasic acids. Now what is basicity? I have told you, the capability of any substance to give hydronium ion in the solution will be determine its basicity. Clear? So if I am talking about the monobasic acid, what does the word mono means? Mono means single, and basic acid means it will give you the only single hydronium ion. So the substance which is capable of giving only one hydronium ion in the solution is known as the monobasic acid. Clear? So what will be the definition for monobasic? I am writing here. Monobasic acids So the monobasic acids are those acids which give one hydronium ion in aqueous solution. One hydronium ion means H3O positive ion is known as the hydronium ion. They are capable of giving one hydronium ion in aqueous solution. So they are known as monobasic acids. Clear? Now let's see what will be the example for this. So with the help of the example, it will become very clear that what are monobasic acids are. Clear? So the example are HCl, HNO3. Clear? You can see that there is only one hydrogen ion in this. So these are known as the monobasic acid. Mono means single, and they are capable of giving only one hydronium ion in their aqueous solution. So suppose if I am writing the reaction for HCl, it will be like H3O positive plus Cl negative. How many hydronium ions you are getting here? You are getting only one hydronium ion. This is only one hydronium ion. So this acid will be known as the monobasic acid. Now let's move to the second category. The second category is dibasic acid. Now what is dibasic acid? The word di means two. So the acids which are capable of giving two hydronium ions in the aqueous solution will be considered as a dibasic acid. Clear? So those acids which give two hydronium ions in aqueous solution are called dibasic acid. So they are capable of giving 2 hydronium ions in the aqueous solution and they will be known as the dibasic acid. So if I am taking the example for dibasic acid, you can see that example will be H2SO4. Why H2SO4? Because sulfuric acid consists of 2 hydrogen atoms. So if I am going to disassociate this compound, you can see that I will get 2H3O positive plus SO4 minus 2. This is what it gives in the aqueous solution. So you can see that in the aqueous solution, it is capable of giving 2 hydronium ion. And when it is giving 2 hydronium ion, we can say that it is a category of the dibasic one. Clear? So on the basis of basicity, we have discussed about the monobasic and dibasic. The second one is on the basis of basicity. So on the basis of basicity, we have the 4 type of the acids, that is monobasic, second is dibasic, third one is tribasic, and the fourth one is tetrabasic. Clear? So these are the 4 category of the acids you have: monobasic, dibasic, tribasic and tetrabasic. In our previous lecture, we have already discussed about the monobasic and dibasic one. So let's do a quick revision here. Monobasic are the one in which the acid is capable of giving only 1 hydronium ion in the solution, and dibasic, the acid which is capable of giving 2 hydronium ion. Now we have to discuss about the tribasic and the tetrabasic acid. Clear? So first thing we are going to deal here is about tribasic acids. So our C part will be tribasic acids. Now what is tribasic acids? Tribasic acids are those in which an acid is capable of giving 3 hydronium ion in its aqueous solution. So whenever you are getting 3 hydronium ions, the acids which on ionization give 3 hydronium ion are called tribasic acid. So this is known as the tribasic acid because it is giving the 3 hydronium ions in the aqueous solution. An example you can take here, the example we have is about the phosphoric acid, and it will be H3PO4. So you can see that whenever a phosphoric acid is going to dissociate, it will give you the 3 hydronium ion. And how it will happen? This is H3PO4. So if you do the ionization here, you will get 3H3O positive along with PO4 negative. Clear? So you can see that you are getting the 3 hydronium ion in the aqueous solution. They are known as the tribasic acids. Okay. So this is very simple thing. You have to remind only by just learning the suffix here. Now tetrabasic. Tetrabasic acids are those acids which is capable of giving a large quantity of the ions in the aqueous solution, and they are classified as a strong acids and the weak acid. So the fourth category is about tetrabasic acids. So tetrabasic acids are those which gives large quantity of hydronium ion in the aqueous solution. it is capable of giving a large quantity of the hydronium ions, I can say that it will be our tetrabasic. And tetrabasic acids are actually of two types, that is known as the strong acids and weak acids. Clear? So again you have the two classifications here, that is the strong acids and the second classification is weak acids. Now what is strong acid and what is weak acid? Strong acids are those acids which on ionization undergo a complete ionization. If complete ionization is possible, you can say that it is a strong acid. But if partial ionization or incomplete ionization take place, we can say that the acid will be the weak acid. Suppose I am talking about the mineral acids like HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. These all are strong acids. That's why it is always give you a precautionary measures in the laboratory that you do not have to touch these acids, because as they are the strong acids, they can burn your skin whenever they got fall on your skin. Weak acids are those in which the complete ionization is not possible. The complete ionization is not possible in case of like acetic acid and many more acids you have like oxalic acids. In these acids the complete ionization is not possible. So you will not get the perfect acid here. So these are known as the weak acid. So what are strong acids and weak acids? Let's write the definition here. Strong acids. The acids which undergo complete ionization are called strong acids. So in case of strong acids, the complete ionization is going to occur, so they are known as the strong acids. An example you have in this category are HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. So you can see that all the mineral acids are your strong acids. These three are the mineral acids. And you can say that mineral acids are strong acids. Clear? Now moving to the next category, that is about the weak acids. What are weak acids? Second category is about weak acids. So weak acids are those which do not undergo complete ionization, or we can say that there is a partial ionization occur in between them. So weak acids are those which undergo partial ionization. Which undergo partial ionization are called weak acids. And in the category of the weak acids, again we have a lot of examples. So the examples here are, the first one is acetic acid. The acetic acid is CH3COOH. Acetic acid is a weak acid. If I am talking about citric acid, vinegar, these all are actually, the acetic acid is actually a vinegar. If I am talking about citric acid and other acids except mineral acids, they all are your weak acids. Clear? Oxalic acid is also a weak acid you have. So this is a category of tetrabasic acids that they will give you a large quantity of ions in the aqueous solution, and they are strong and the weak one. So on the basis of basicity, we have discussed about the monobasic, dibasic, tribasic and tetrabasic. Now we are moving to our last category, that is on the basis of concentration. But before that, just copy this from here. Now the third category is on the basis of concentration. On the basis of concentration, we have two type of acids, that is concentrated and diluted. Now what you can identify on the basis of concentration? On the basis of concentration means acids which are going to contain less quantity of water. If water is not present in any acid, it can be the concentrated. But if you mix the water with the acid, you can make it diluted. We have heard the term dilution. It means if we are adding water in any other liquid, we can make it diluted. If the quantity of water is large, we can say that the acid will be the diluted one. But if the quantity of water is low, the acid will be the concentrated acid. And one thing you have to remember, that concentrated acids are very corrosive in nature. They can even burn your skin and they are very harmful to us. Therefore, the precautionary measure is always given that do not touch the concentrated acid. In fact, we do not need to touch the diluted acids, but if water is mixed with them, it is not causing as much harm as these are doing. Clear? So the concentrated acids are those in which the quantity of water is very low. Clear? So first thing is concentrated acids. Concentrated acids. So the concentrated acids are those which do not contain water. If there is no water in an acid, you can say that the acid is the concentrated one, and all the mineral acids you have are actually the concentrated acids. So examples of concentrated acids are HCl, H2SO4, HNO3. These are your concentrated acids, but if you mix water with them, you can make it diluted. Clear? The second category is diluted acids. Now what are diluted acids? Diluted acids are those in which the water is mixed along with the acid, and if they contain large quantity of the water, you have done its dilution. Clear? So the acids which contain water are called dilute acids. Clear? So this is dilute acids you have. Now if I am saying that a strong acid is a concentrated one, so a strong acid will remain strong whether it is diluted or concentrated. It do not depend upon whether the water is added or not. The strong will remain strong if it is concentrated, and weak will remain weak if it is diluted. It doesn't matter you have diluted it or you have concentrated it, because strong acid will give you the large number of OH ions, because the complete ionization is going to take place there. And in dilute and weak acids, you have seen that the partial ionization is basically done, so they will remain weak. So the one thing you have to kept as a note, that the strong acid will remain strong if it is concentrated, and weak acid will remain weak if it is diluted. So there is nothing to do with strong and weak with concentrated and diluted. But one thing you have to remember, that the concentrated acid is the one which contain less quantity of the water, but the diluted one will contain more water. So this is all about the classification we have dealt here. Now the last thing about the classification of the acids we are going to deal here is some of the formulas and the uses of acids in our day-to-day life. Clear? So just copy this from here so we can move to the further part. The next thing is, you can draw a table, because a 1 mark question can be asked from this part that I am going to teach you now. So here will be the name of acid. Here we will write its types, and here we are going to write about the uses. Here we will write the serial number. So here will be the name of the acid. Here will be its type, and here we will write about the uses. Now the first type of the acid I am considering here is the king of the acids, known as sulfuric acid. So the first one is about sulfuric acid. The formula for sulfuric acid is H2SO4, and the sulfuric acid is a type of mineral acid. It is a mineral acid, and sulfuric acid is actually used as a laboratory reagent. It is used in the textile industry. It is used in the car batteries too. Clear? So it is used as a laboratory reagent. It is used in textile industry. It is used in leather industry, and it also found its application in car batteries. So this is the use of sulfuric acid in your day-to-day life. The second acid we have is nitric acid. The nitric acid is having a formula HNO3. Clear? And it is again a sort of mineral acid. It is also a mineral acid, and you can find the use of nitric acid in the fertilizers. The fertilizers used for the agriculture purpose is majorly made from the nitrogen part, and you have heard about the term aquaresia. Aquaresia is a 1 part of HNO3 and 3 part of HCl. So aquaresia is made from this nitric acid. So nitric acid is used in fertilizers, and it is also used in making aquaresia. Aquaresia is made from HNO3. Clear? The third thing is HCl. That is about the hydrochloric acid. This HCl is again your mineral acid. This is a mineral acid. And HCl is also used in the textile industry. It is also used in the paper industry, as again it is used as a laboratory reagent because we are using HCl for performing the experiments in the lab. So again it is used in laboratory, it is used in paper industry, and it is also used in dye industry. Paper and dye industry make much use of hydrochloric acid. Now, the next category of the acid you have is acetic acid. The acetic acid is CH3COOH, and this is a sort of not a mineral acid, it is actually our organic acid. And this acetic acid is used as a vinegar in making fast foods and junk foods. So, this is a sort of vinegar in foods. Clear? The next type of the acid is citric acid. Next type of the acid is citric acid. So, next one is citric acid and its formula is C6H8O7. This is our citric acid, and citric acid is again organic acid, and it is used in the citrus fruits like oranges and lemons. Like oranges and lemons. The next thing is about the tartaric acid. The tartaric acid is having a formula C4H6. C4H6 and O6. Clear? And this tartaric acid is again your organic acid. And this tartaric acid is present in tamarind. Clear? So, here is a list of few acids I have written here, which are mineral acids and organic acid. So, you have to learn this table because a question is going to be asked in your exam regarding their uses. Suppose a question arises that what type of the acid you are using in aerated drinks. You have seen that you are drinking Epiphase, you are drinking Coca-Cola, you are drinking Pepsi. So, what type of the acid they are using? They are actually using the carbonic acid. So, what is the answer for that? They are using carbonic acids in aerated drinks. And the formula for carbonic acid is H2CO3, and it is a mineral acid you have. So, this is the mineral acid that is used in the aerated drink. The question can be asked what type of the acid you are using for converting milk into curd. So, for conversion of milk into the curd, the lactic acid is involved. So, these are some of the simple questions that can be asked from this type of the tables. So, until now we have done about the introduction and the classification of the acids. So, this lecture is all over today. We will deal with many more terms in our next lecture. Thank you so much and have a nice day.